This is Dub from Dub Deep Products here one more time, and we're going to rush through this one. We've got some upgrades that we've done to our project, and I want to take you through as fast as we can. Here we are in the dashboard. A lot of you guys have seen all of this stuff before. These are all live. I want to make sure that you know that there's these features here. This is all pretty much self-explanatory. Inside of here, this lets you know that your AI service is ready and working. We have a dark mode, we have a light mode. If you haven't seen this before, then you have now. And then we're going to go straight to the product manager. And then in here, you'll see you can add different projects as you want. New project. For speed purposes, we're going to go to editing, and you can see that in here you can edit the dates, the time, etc. And I do want to show you also here that when you do a new one, you have the option to also save this to the schedule, the calendar. So we'll call this XYZ whatever. We've created a project. We say OK. So that's right now done over here. That's going to be in the actual scheduling where I just did. You see it? It showed up as today's because I didn't actually put a date in there. Now here's the cool thing about what we just did here. For testing purposes, I have one set up here in the calendar. Here's where the magic happens. We now have integrations. Woohoo! We're going to cancel out of here for just a second to show you there is a section over here called API and integrations. And wait a minute, where did that piece go? Oh, we didn't do this. Okay, fine, that's all right. There we go. It was still in the other page. I hadn't cleared the browser. So we got API and integrations step by step. We've got Twitter and we have Notion. And this has an actual step-by-step guide, tells you exactly what to do step by step by step. And if you have any problems, you just go to Google. It'll tell you a lot about this stuff anyway. The same with Notion. There are different steps that you got to go through here. And these we laid out pretty good, step by step. And I hope that this works out for you. And then your integration keys, all of those are going to go in here. And this is your Twitter, obviously. Then we got Notion down here all set up. So let's go back to the scheduling, and I can show you where we've got that set up for. And make sure I've got my Notion page. Yep, there it is. But I wanted to show you the other first. Back to the calendar. We're going to go here into the test. Going to go at the bottom here, and now we're going to export to Notion. Select file. You've already got one created and set up. We're going to put it right here. Export to Notion, and it's doing it. Exporting, and database created, successfully created. Done, done, done. We're going to go OK. We're going to save this change. So it saves it to the calendar. It hadn't deleted it or anything. And you also see the cards are down here, pending, in process, or completed, however you want to toggle those when you got them. So we're going to go over here to our Notion. And just a quick, the things that you've seen before with that integration scenario. One thing, I don't know if they showed you, when you go into your, down here into your settings, and then you're going to go on to connections. You're going to go down below here to develop and manage integrations. It'll open this page right here. This is where the magic happens. You can add a new integration here, or if you already have some. I put 2 of them into this one. So we're going to go in here to edit setting. You want to go in here to access, after you put your secret code in here, whatever. You're going to go to access new. This is going to give you the spot where you go into your private setting. You click in here, and this will give you where you can add whatever pages you want, or what's already added, but you got to go here to edit in the beginning to choose whichever ones that you've done. If you've done any kind of Notion integration before, then this should not be something new to you. And this, you can see I've got a couple of things connected. We're going to cancel out of that. We don't need to see. That's where we want to be. Sorry about that, guys. Maybe I can edit that out of there. So we also have obviously in the Notion template generator. A lot of you have seen this already. And then now this one can actually, when you do your prompting for the AI. And another thing about AI I showed you up here, you can see the button is ready to go. It's green. When you save when you send it a, what do you call it, AI prompt, you don't want to get ridiculously complicated about it. The more simple you are, the better it is. I've got 2 versions. I've got one of an actual complicated one for the Schedule Buddy. That's what I called that the database that I created to put in Notion. I called it the Schedule Buddy. And so anyway, here you can see that it output comes as a table data that goes inside of Notion. And this one here, let's see where we're at first. Let's get out of here, close this for a second. Where are we? Let's go back into Notion. Let's get out of here. So I have mine set up. This is when I set it to the Notion connection page. That's where all of my integrations go, and they're going to send here. And you can call it XYZ, whatever you want to, as a Notion. I always put mine like that as a start. So there's the top. And so this is I would call the bucket for your Notion connections. And let's get rid of this one here. You're going to see, we're going to go back here over to the page here, and we're going to try to save that schedule buddy. So basically I'm going to go in here all the way to the bottom. You can see now here's where you're connected to Notion is, and it's green, it's ready to go. I'm going to export this to Notion. We're going to do it as a page, a database. It doesn't really matter in this case scenario. And then here's where you pick that bucket that you've created, and then I'm going to export it to Notion. And it says page created successfully gone over. We're going to go back over to Notion, and bada bing, bada boom, there it is in black and white. And so this one was more complicated, so I put it in a lot of different sections. And regardless if you save that one as a page or a database, they're going to come out as tables like this. Now yours may not be set up the way that you want for, let's see here, this is the one you got it to here. Where did that go? There was a box that gave me the option to put these at the top. But anyway, so all you're going to do is put your dots here and turn into a database. Bada bing, bada boom, Notion database. You can change these priorities any way that you want to. Status, how you want to change it to status, blah, 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 blah. Change any of these that you want to. And this one is a little more complicated. What I would do is I would set up this as a new database and put all of these other pages inside of a database backup, and then put buttons, links, and stuff inside of your main page. If you're familiar with Notion, then that should be no issue with you at all. If you aren't very adaptable to Notion, now's a good time to start learning. So we got the schedule buddy there. Let's go back here. Now we have, this is the one that's going to be a little bit more tricky. That's why I've got the schedule buddy. And this is the actual template I created from that, which is here. And you'll see that I have a lot of the stuff in here, and those other databases would have been here. But we're going to go back here to the bucket. We're going to go back in here to this. We're going to close out of here. Now we're going to go to the, that was the template generator you saw there. And so now we got a simple template. But the other one was for the scheduling. Let's go back to scheduling. And so we're going to pick out just a tester here. We're going to go back into edit. We're going to go back in here now. So we're going to go to the connect Notion and export to Notion. This one doesn't give you a choice because it's best in database. For this one, you're going to go to your connection page, or bucket as I called it. We're going to send this to export. It has done just that. We can cancel out of this one. Now we're going to go back over to where? To Notion, and there you go, the grand relaunch. This is for the actual calendar. So now as your calendar view, it's got all of these fields already set up. I wouldn't change or mess with any of these because they're set up to be a certain way. Once we've turned that already came as a database, so you didn't have to change it. So you're going to go here to your little dots. You're going to slide that over to, I got the database from the inside of the schedule buddy. So you got your schedule buddy, and then here's the master database. So I collected this link and created a database here, and that's where you want to slide from your connection page. You slide that directly into the database, and that will feed it into here. If you feed it just into the schedule buddy, it's going to be down here somewhere. So that put it in there. Here, see where we went to? Grand relaunch. It's got the date set up here. They're all pending, ready to go. And you can go in here, edit it any way you want to. If you're familiar with Notion templates, then you're going to have a really good time with this one. And the more you use it, the more fun it becomes. Now here's something else. Look at this right here. In the button, and you can make sure you put a calendar view in there. Once you got a calendar view, also you start it in tables. Make sure you got it in table, but add the calendar view as well. So now you got them in here. So what do I see right here, this button right? Oh, look at that. If I push that button, it's going to open what? Look at that. Notion calendar. What? It's already sitting there ready for us. Look at already put in here because of the way we set that up. Bada bing, bada boom, edited into calendars. And then obviously I've got all of your different calendars that you want to in here. My family, home, work. And then this one is going to be down here in the bottom. I've got my schedule buddy set up inside of my Notion. You'll have to do a couple of clickety clicks to get it to there. And so anytime you now send anything over into that, you have that option now to manage in your calendar view, and you have it actually in your calendar. Bada bing, bada boom, lickety split, clickety clack. Template generator we went through. Add campaigns, pretty simple. You just want to go through here, new campaign, and set your campaigns up. You're going to feed that a prompt in here, and whatever you do. This is a real simple one that they put together as a, what do they call it, a placeholder for right now, but I did one specifically for my Notion generator to add campaigns. And then what we're going to do is we're going to copy that, and there's different sections in here. Here we go, the whole thing goes instead of that. And so I'm able to save that, I'm able to copy it, and then once I copy it, I can put it anywhere I want to. And in here, why does it do that? I hate when that does it. And so in here we can also edit. No, yes you can. You can copy paste. There's different sections. I wrote it out in here. If you look here, title, summary, and there's an overview, and it goes in here, key campaigns, sections, whatever. You can put in your budget, your draft, whatever you can call this, a pause, in effect. You can add a date here that you want to add for that one, however you want to do it. Save your changes. Done, save changes, bada bing, bada boom. It's there for you anytime that you want to. Ready to go. Social media, here's another one. Oh, look at this one. Now, this one's set up too, and instead of going ahead and prompt it real quick, which, why the heck not? Grand relaunch of Digital Creator Pro 3, and then it just did that. Oops, stop. I use the talk to text all the time. That's just me. And so we're going to go ahead and generate this idea. And this is for your social media accounts. Now this one here, if you could set it up to wherever you want to. These we haven't integrated anything but Twitter yet. Oops, what the heck? I clicked on that before it went to Twitter. I need to have this go to Twitter because that adds a magic button. And then I accidentally clicked one of these, so it doesn't matter. This gives you, once you generate your idea, then it puts it into these choices, and you can decide which one you want to do. It sets it up in here. There we go. So now you want to go ahead and edit, because you want to edit your styling. And oops, where did I go out here? Here we go. Go here. There we go. And then we want to go here. Bada bing, bada boom. And you know what? You can do these any way that you want to. It's yours. However you want to put your integrations in here, or your setups. That's what they call that. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. And so you can save the content down here, which it actually does. And then here, look at this here. Now I can already post this to Twitter. And it's posting here. It successfully did it. Okay, and I set that up, the integration. Once it's in there, you don't have to do anything in the bottom like the other ones with the green box. As soon as you, in here, as soon as you set this at Twitter, it automatically puts this right here. So now let's just, for fun of it, let's go over to Twitter and see what just happened. I'm going to go to my profile. Let's go ahead and refresh the page. Oops, don't make me sign in again. There we go. And bada bing, bada boom. You see that right there? Look at that. Bam. Right there. That one we just created. It's now on Twitter. If you want to go in here and reply to that, give me a like or whatever you want to on there. Done, 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 done. Bada bing, bada boom. So now we did that. Social media, email marketing. There we go. We also have an integration for email marketing. And this one here has actually got really cool. I have trained this thing to write some really nice copy. And so your email settings or integrations are going to be here. You can set up your Kit account. If you do that, you got to add your API in here. Or if you want to do a Gmail or select Gmail or whatever. Now, I have it set up to go in here with the Gmail or whatever what do you call that, your default email editor will automatically be here with the Gmail or the local, which basically you just copy and paste that. Let's click out of here. We've got it set to the Gmail. I'm going to go down here, and I've got one already put up. So let's go ahead and look at it so you can peek and see what I've done in here. And it's put in some of the action, what they call it, highlights and stuff. And so I'm going to save this campaign just to make sure it got saved. Now you're going to go here to the little green arrow. Well, that's actually a paper airplane. I'm going to click on that. And what happened? There it goes. Bada bing, bada boom. Opened it into my Microsoft Outlook, and it's already going to span up here in just a second. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. Already written from the prompt, ready to go. You can go in here, and these ones here with the highlights. Now, you can see in here that it's got those dots, those asterisks. What that does is that's in like a markdown code. In my Outlook, it doesn't. You can fix these up any way you want to. You can go in here and change your font however you want to make this is yours, and then you can send it off already here. But let's go back into there. Yes, we want to close it. I don't want to be doing that. Let's go back here. Now let's go back up here and set this to Kit. And where's my? I gotta pause the video. Pause the video. Okay, I had to get my API keys, and that's something you'll have to do. Go to Kit, find out how to get your API keys, and go in there, and then you're going to have to add those in when that box pops down. Now that is the active provider, and we're all set to go. So I'm going to take now this new, the same thing here. I'm going to hit this paper airplane. Instead of going to my default scenario, it's going to send me directly to Kit, and I'm going to pause the video again to sign in. All right, so I've signed in. Now we're back here. Click on a little arrow, and bada bing, bada boom. It sent me over to Kit, into my broadcast. There it is, ready to rock and roll. Click on that boy right there. Now see, that's where those asterisks were in the other ones. It's formatted in Kit. It doesn't do it in my Outlook, but it will here. And you can see I've got a beautifully put together, well-written email for mentioning about the Digital Creator Pro, how we've upgraded it on here. We've enhanced performance and reliability. Yes, we have. We used to have it in a couple of other systems and databases, but now we are exclusively in Firebase Complete, front end, back end. Very, very much more stable than it was. Integrations, as you can see, we've already integrated in here into my Kit program. Bada bing, bada boom. It's very simple. Then you continue. Obviously, if you have Kit, you don't have to have me explain to you how to send an email. So let's go back here. Where was we at? Customer CRM, nothing much changed there, except for we do have an import, what do you call that, CSV. You can download or you can upload, choose file that you want to put up inside of, however you want to do it, into this application. Eventually, we're going to integrate this into the email marketing. Right now, we haven't. We're just trying to get this thing launched. Obviously, financial tracker, you can go in here and you've got all of your different settings. You set up a new add transactions. Basically, it's very simple as you would any other place that you do. Category income or expense, bada bing, bada boom, however you want to do it. And there gets your numbers, your monthly reoccurrence. These are all test numbers in here, obviously. But someday I'll be able to put those numbers in just like that, and everybody will be happy. If you go back to the dashboard, you can see that it actually puts that amazing number in there. Now, come on. Yeah, it takes a minute for things to load, but yeah, there we go. And this shows that I have total projects inside of the Project Manager 4. Email campaigns are out there, campaigns 4. You won't see this at the bottom of yours. This is for the admin section only, but you probably will see this, and it's going to mention you in here. And where were we at here? You also have your subscription status. If you have the lifetime version and it says free, that's the same thing. Free for life. So it's not going to say that you have the lifetime subscription, but it'll say that you have, it's the same thing. You just worded it different. Obviously security, change passwords if you want, update the password, which I have not messed with yet, so I don't know how. I should probably test that out to make sure it works. Obviously notification and profiles in here. You can put your name in here as you want. I don't know if there's anything else in here I can show you. I try to be as fast and as quick as possible. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on my Twitter at, where was that at? Open that back up. And you can find me at Daryl F59 in Twitter, or you can go ahead and send us an email directly to dubdproducts@gmail.com. We do actually have a new business email address that's going to be, actually I could tell you that, is what? dubd59@dubdproducts.com. That's all I got to say. Thank you very much for listening.